the feeling like I'm trapped in my damn mind. Tell the feeling like I'm rapping a damn lie. Tell the feeling like my life is a damn game.
Hey, what's up, guys? Today, I'll show you a vampire horror film called Fright Night, Part 2, New Blood. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. The movie begins in the night as a car drives into a gas station. The car driver, who is shown to be a pretty French lady, starts texting her friend over the phone, but she suddenly gets attacked by a vampire. A brief struggle follows as the lady screams in a chicken voice for help, but there is no one to save her chicken life. Luckily, she has a holy cross in her car, which can repel the unholy vampire. Regardless, the vampire continues to wreck the car, and the lady has to make a hasty escape like a chicken riding Tesla bike. She manages to make use of the fuel on the floor and lights it up using her lighter. Unfortunately, the vampire survives the explosion, so the lady is out of options. She rushes into the gas station store, but the only thing keeping an eye on her is the CCTV camera. The vampire follows the lady inside and starts attacking her sexy body without hormone mercy. The camera is unable to record the vampire, so all it shows is the lady getting assaulted in a brutal fashion. After a tumultuous sequence, the vampire ends the lady's life by sucking on her chicken blood and regains her vitality as well. Now we shift to the dark streets of Romania, where a group of students arrive. They are all here for a student exchange program, and we meet Charlie, his friend Big G, and his ex-girlfriend Babe. It turns out that Babe suspects Charlie of cheating on her, which is why she has broken up with him. She even ignores his chocolate gifts, so Big G teases Charlie for being a hormone addict. Charlie isn't in the mood for jokes, so he decides to get into his student dorm. He and Big G notice a bombshell Babe entering the neighboring building, so they pass a few comments. In their room, Charlie spots the bombshell Babe getting freaky with another pretty lady named Jerry. Charlie watches on with desire, but Jerry spots him and even bites into the bombshell Babe's neck, making her bleed. Charlie calls Big G to take a look at the hormone activity, but Jerry draws the curtains and blocks the peep show. The grumpy professor of the exchange program shows up to remind the boys of an art lesson they need to attend, and then he goes away. Afterward, Big G and Charlie talk about a vampire show named Fright Night, which is hosted by a fright man. He explores a seemingly haunted castle and hears a suspicious noise. He follows the noise in a tense sequence, but bumps into his crew, which makes him upset. After which we see the exchange students waiting for the art lesson to begin. Big G continues to tease Charlie about Babe, but then the lights go off. That's when Jerry makes a dramatic entrance and wins Big G's heart with her good looks and tasty body smell. Jerry talks about European art, which is filled with killing and blood, and then she looks at Charlie with shady eyes. During their first castle tour, a bearded professor tells the students that the OG vampire was actually Countess Dracula. Charlie needs to take a stinky leak, so he excuses himself from the group and wanders into a creepy hallway. There, he hears some hormone noises and spots Jerry getting freaking with one of the students to claim his virginity. She spots Charlie peeping at him like a peeping Tom, so he hides for a second, but cannot find Jerry when he looks for her again. However, Big G gives him a jump scare and takes him back to the dorm, after which we move to class the next day. Jerry passes some papers and smells Babe's hair, so Charlie calls her out on it. But Jerry freezes everyone in class and slashes Babe's neck to assert dominance. Charlie freaks out, but realizes he was dreaming in class. Everyone laughs at him, and Jerry whispers in his ears that she knows he liked watching her hormone activity. Babe asks Charlie if he's fine, so he gives her some flowers. Unfortunately, this doesn't work on Babe, and she leaves him high and dry. Big G arrives for a teasing session, but Charlie tells him there's something wrong with Jerry. Later, there's an inspection in the dorm because a young man has gone missing. This is the same student who was with Jerry last night, so Charlie peeps into her house again. He sees Jerry jumping off her balcony onto the road with a corpse and taking it away in her car. This is cause for concern, so Charlie decides to sneak into Jerry's house while she's gone. He spots all kinds of ancient items and even comes across a portrait of Jerry from hundreds of years ago. Suddenly, the door opens, so Charlie hides like a chicken. Jerry has come back with a new victim, and Charlie finds himself inside a secret passage leading to Jerry's actual room. He locates a tub of blood, but has to act fast because Jerry is approaching the room with her latest victim. Charlie hides inside a coffin, but witnesses a rather shady act. Jerry looks like an old witch in a cloak as she seduces her lady victim to undress and play with herself. She soon slices her neck using her vampire powers and drains her blood into the tub to make some bathwater, all while Charlie watches on in shock and wonder. Jerry steps into the tub like an old hag, but steps out looking like a young bombshell. She absorbs all the blood in her body and sucks her fingers like popsicles, so Charlie tries to record her, possibly for visual aid during his solo sessions. However, since Jerry is a vampire, she cannot be recorded. She locates Charlie and attempts to seduce him, but he manages to flash a light on her sexy body and escape for his shitty life. Charlie calls the cops and tells them everything, but it's of no use because they don't believe his vampire bullshit. Charlie goes to Babe, but finds Jerry already inside the room. He tries to take Babe away from Jerry in awkward fashion and even says that she's a vampire. Babe doesn't believe him, so he pulls out the Holy Bible as a weapon. To his surprise, Jerry carefully grabs the Holy Bible to prove her innocence. However, as she leaves, Jerry shows her burnt palm to Charlie, and he panics. To make matters worse, Babe gets upset with him and tells him to move on. Dejected and upset, Charlie goes back to his room, but is insistent on exposing Jerry. He searches some Daniel C.C. movies on vampires, and then we see Jerry resting inside her coffin. Charlie learns that her real name is Elizabeth, but then he gets another jump scare from Big G. After some banter, Charlie explains that Jerry is actually Elizabeth, and it turns Big G into a small g. He explains that vampires are stronger and faster than humans, apart from being immortal as well. He also decides to give us some insight into Jerry's earlier life through an animated sequence, and we see that she used to be a countess. One day, she was attacked while traveling inside a Ferrari carriage. After checking out all her dead knights, she got attacked by a demon vampire who bit her with a raging passion. Jerry then turned into a female vampire and started attacking everyone in sight. The only solution for her was to drink the blood of a virgin girl who was born upon the stroke of a blood moon, but such a virgin was never found, possibly because of men's doing. Jerry became a deadly assassin and eventually earned the title of Blood Queen. She kept hunting humans all her life, and now her new targets are the exchange students. This makes Charlie upset, but Big G is actually excited about this new mission. He states that Frightman is in town, so they should consider meeting him for advice. Charlie is initially against this idea, but decides to give it a shot. The boys go to meet Frightman in a hormone club, where night ladies are shaking their moneymakers. Frightman doesn't seem too interested in engaging with the boys, especially because his favorite night lady has started her dance therapy. He also states that monsters don't exist because he's done too many episodes of Fright Night. Regardless, Charlie and Big G keep asking him for help, and he agrees to check if Jerry is actually a vampire. However, he will charge $2,000 for his services, and Charlie thinks he's being ridiculous. On the other hand, Big G thinks it's a small price to pay. The boys eventually agree to the deal, and the night lady signs it off by throwing her smelly undergarments on Big G's face. The boys step out of the club with Frightman and bump into Babe. She joins the group, and Charlie says that he wants to end Jerry's life. Frightman isn't keen on this, but agrees to help after being offered $3,000. The group steps into a subway train, and Frightman sees Jerry inside. She flexes her vampire fangs, so Frightman gets frightened and becomes a chicken man. He immediately steps out of the train and abandons the students. Jerry finally reveals her vampire form after sending a homeless passenger to meet Satan and giving him a free home in hell. This makes everyone panic. A brief struggle follows, but the team manages to stab Gary's eye with a holy cross, and they run away. However, Big G is caught by Jerry, and she doesn't tongue massage his big mouth, but bites into his neck, sucking his big blood cells. Babe urges Charlie to escape with her, and then Jerry uses the blood recharge to heal her unholy wounds. Charlie and Babe manage to find an underground entrance, and they rush inside before Jerry catches them. However, it doesn't take long before Jerry also enters the underground passage. She uses her vampire powers of echolocation to locate Babe and Charlie and chases after their smelly butts. The couple finds a way to the top, and a tense sequence follows as they race against time to get to safety. Jerry catches up to the couple and slashes Babe's legs, but Charlie manages to pull her heavy body up. The couple are in a holy church, and Jerry follows after them. However, her unholy form starts burning because of the holy power of Jesus. She runs away before getting burnt to a crisp, and Charlie takes this chance to escape with Babe. Jerry takes a taste of Babe's blood and realizes that she's the exact virgin she's been looking for. The couple gets into a taxi and evades the area, but Babe's wound is quite serious. She apologizes for doubting Charlie and hugs him in a moment of weakness, but without time to let go of their hormones. The couple is about to engage in a tongue massage, but the taxi driver doesn't appreciate such acts. Suddenly, Jerry appears, and the taxi crashes into her. However, it's the taxi that gets flipped, and then Babe is taken away from Charlie. He begs Jerry to leave Babe alone because she is still a virgin, but she tells him to come over to her castle to see what she has planned for him. Meanwhile, Frightman takes a lead, but hears suspicious noises. He spots some smelly turds and suspects a turd master to be the culprit, but is suddenly attacked by Big G, who is now a vampire. He beats up Frightman without mercy and is about to land the final blow, but cannot do so because of a holy tattoo carved on his body. Frightman pulls a reverse and burns Big G to damnation, so he escapes like a vampire chicken. Now, Jerry brings Babe to her blood pool and plans to use her virgin powers for her blood ritual. Meanwhile, Charlie finds Frightman, who initially doubts him, but allows him inside after confirming he's not a vampire. Frightman pulls out a holy sword, but says it's from the props department, so it doesn't possess any holy powers. Charlie wants his help, but Frightman only offers some advice to Charlie, which he can use to save Babe. Now, Jerry becomes nude and prepares Babe for her ritual. She is happy that she will finally bathe in the blood of a virgin born on a blood moon. Jerry also explains that upon the completion of this ceremony, she will still remain a vampire, but will be able to step into the sunlight. Babe is told that she needs to end Charlie's life before sunrise for the ritual to work, otherwise she will be the one to die. Babe isn't ready to do this, but Jerry bites her neck to make her a sexy vampire. Charlie reaches the castle and prepares himself with his holy weapons. Basically, he will have to send Jerry to death if he wants to turn Vampire Babe into a human again, because Jerry is Vampire Babe's maker. Charlie hears Babe crying for help in a chicken voice, so he rushes to her, but it turns out to be Vampire Big G copying her chicken voice. Charlie gets beaten down without mercy, but he eventually gains the upper hand when he shoves a bottle of holy water inside Big G's big mouth. He gets defeated by a tummy explosion and falls to the floor, but Jerry shows up and drags Charlie away. She throws him into her blood pool, and then we see some blood bubbles in the pool due to the high concentration of diabetics. Babe shows up, and Charlie tries to appeal to her humanity. However, Babe has been possessed by her vampire desires, so she attacks Charlie after throwing away his Jesus steak. She bites him as well to infect him, and continues to dominate till Jerry shows up. All hope seems to be lost, so Charlie stabs himself with his own steak, now that he is also a vampire. Since Vampire Babe is his maker, but not the one to end him, she also starts to die. Seeing her ritual is about to get screwed up, Jerry rushes to save Babe. However, this was a trap set by Charlie because he intentionally missed his heart. He proceeds to attack Jerry, but she overpowers him with ease. Now, Jerry holds Charlie as Babe is about to stab him with the stake to complete the ritual. Luckily, Frightman shows up and fires his holy sword into Jerry's chest, seemingly ending her life. However, he misses her heart, so she shows her true vampire form and attacks him, while Babe charges at Charlie. Frightman tells Charlie that the sun is up, so he acts fast and uses his vampire Screech to shatter the windows of the castle. This allows the sunlight to come in and burn Jerry to a crisp, while Charlie takes Babe inside the blood pool. With Jerry finally defeated, both Charlie and Babe become human again, so they kiss each other without using tongues, while covered in diabetic blood. The movie ends with Frightman bidding the couple farewell and Charlie giving Babe a crystal cross to better protect her virginity. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.